Welcome to the Royal Road School of Carmelite Prayer, where we are currently preparing to study Teresa's commentary on the Our Father, which can be found in her classic manual of prayer, The Way of Perfection. The first 18 chapters of this book talk about the Teresian virtues of charity, detachment, and humility, and also describe the purpose of the Teresian Carmel. Starting in chapter 19, Teresa begins to prepare us to study her commentary. She first addresses the principles of spiritual life as being mental prayer and determination, and then how to pray the Our Father. So today, under the principles of spiritual life, we are taking a look at the generalities of mental prayer. And today we'll answer the question, or rather Teresa will, what is mental prayer? So she's speaking to her nuns. Realize, daughters, that the nature of mental prayer is not at all determined by whether or not the mouth is closed. If while speaking I thoroughly know that I'm speaking with God, then mental and vocal prayer are joined. If, however, you are speaking with God while reciting the Our Father and at the same time thinking of the world, well, I have nothing to say. But if you are speaking with so great a Lord, it is good that you consider whom you are speaking with as well as who you are. So what is this, Christians, that you say mental prayer isn't necessary? You don't know what mental prayer is, or how vocal prayer should be recited, or even what contemplation is. For if you did, you would not condemn on the one hand what on the other you praise. It is very important for you to know that you are on the right road. When we begin to pray, it is important to consider whom we are going to speak with and who we are, so as to know how to speak with him. If you do this, you will spend a lot of time in mental prayer. The angels who assist him know well the attitude of their king, for he delights more in unpolished manners of a humble shepherd than he does in the talk of a very wise and learned man, if he doesn't walk in humility. To come near him, we should strive to be aware of his purity, of who he is. Here below, people in paying honor don't really take into consideration the person themselves, but only their wealth. What a miserable world, where men pay attention not to what they have within. If a man is without subordinates, no honor is paid him. This is a good pastime, daughters. Notice how blindly those in the world spend their time. Oh God, help me. Help me to know how to explain clearly a number of the many things we can consider to have some knowledge of who this Lord and God of ours is. Yes, bring yourselves to consider and understand whom you are speaking with, or with whom you are about to speak. In 1,000 lives, we would never completely understand the way in which this Lord deserves that we speak with him, for the angels tremble before him. He commands all. He can do all. For him, to will is to do. It is only right, daughters, that we try to delight in these grandeurs our spouse possesses, and that we understand whom we are wedded to and what kind of life we must live. Here below on earth, before getting married, a person knows the other party, who he is and what he possesses. Why then should they try to prevent us from thinking who this man is, who his father is, what country he is going to bring me to, what good things he promises to give me, what his status is, how I can make him happy, in what ways I can please him, and by studying how I can conform my way of life to his. Now, if a woman is to be happily married, she must strive for this conformity, even though her husband is a man of lowly estate. Well, Lord, must they in everything pay less attention to you than to men? This, my daughters, is mental prayer. To understand these truths, you should not be thinking of other things while speaking with God. For doing so amounts to not knowing what mental prayer is. I believe the matter has been explained. May it please the Lord that we know how to put it into practice. Amen.